Blessed day, everyone. We have our new topic for today, the double entry bookkeeping. This double entry bookkeeping topic complements the elements of accounting, the debits and credits, and the accounting equation. What is double entry bookkeeping? It is a bookkeeping system wherein two or more accounts are involved in every business transaction. It is the dual effect of transactions and events on the accounts. Double entry principle means that for every debit amount, there is a corresponding credit amount. Why do we need double entry bookkeeping? These are the importance of the double entry bookkeeping. It gives a complete picture of our finances. It is more complete and transparent. It reduces bookkeeping errors and protects our business from manual data entry errors. It provides a good check and a balanced benefit. It is used in the preparation of financial statements. It helps companies make better financial. In a double entry system, it is a method of arranging accounts in such a way that the dual aspect would be expressed by a debit amount and an equal and offsetting credit amount. It is a system in which you enter both sides of a transaction. That is, for every debit, there is a credit. For every giver, there is a taker. It's just a give and take relationship. There are some advantages of double entry system. These are throwing the trial balance out of the ledger accounts get easy. More accurate and reliable position is provided. It facilitates comparison of the business performance. There are also disadvantages of the double entry system, among which are accounts can depict wrong picture when the accountant is not well versed in accounting. It requires number of books and registers to be maintained. In a double entry bookkeeping system, it is like the scale of justice and the balance of scale wherein equality is always present, and that for each transaction there will be at least two entries made. One entry will be recorded on the debit side, while the other entry will be recorded on the credit side. In a double entry bookkeeping system, the total debits and credits must always balance. Always remember the double entry system should always think of the give and take relationship. The debit is when you receive and the credit is when you give. The same value all the time, and it should always be equal all the time. Accounting entries involve a minimum of two accounts. These are the business transactions and the events. Business transactions are reciprocal transfer or exchange of values between two parties in terms of money. These are business activities that are expressed in monetary value. Events, on the other hand, are the internal or external occurrences that affects the resources of a business. These examples of events are the technological change, obsolescence, war, and term. Events bring changes to account balances. Double entry bookkeeping supports the concept of the accounting equation which we have learned before, that is, assets equal to liabilities plus equity, or owner's equity is equal to assets minus liabilities, or liabilities is equal to assets less owner's equity. It also supports the debits and credits for each financial transaction must be equal. The T accounts. To emphasize the double entry bookkeeping system that every business transaction has to be recorded in at least two accounts in the books, we have here an example. On February of this year, COVID-19 purchased laboratory equipment amounting to 1 million. In here, the journal entry is debit equipment amounting to 1 million and credit cash amounting to 1 million. In here, we should emphasize that there is always an indentation on the debit and the credit side. That is to emphasize that the debit is on the left side and the credit it is on the right side. We can also make the T account here. So we draw the T account letter T and put it on the upper portion, the account title, which is the equipment, and on the left, the debit account and the credit account, which is DR and CR. In here, the equipment is debited on 1 million, and we can also make the T account cash on the credit side 1 million. We can observe in these two T accounts that there is an equality on the debit side, which is 1 million for the equipment, and a credit side for the cash 1 million. What do you observe? In here, there is an increase in asset in the form of the equipment account title equipment, and there's also a decrease in asset in the form of cash because we have paid 1 million pesos. So, in totality, the total assets is not affected because there was an increase in equipment, which is an asset, and a decrease in cash, which is also an asset. But the debit and the credit is always the same. The double entry bookkeeping system can still emphasize that for each transaction, the total debits recorded must always equal the total credits recorded. And to illustrate this one, we have here the example. March of the current year, COVID-19, both medical supplies amounting to 100,000 pesos with the following modes of payment. Cash 50%, on account 50%. To analyze this transaction, we have here cash 50%. This means that the down payment is 50% of 100,000, which is 50,000. And on account, this means that COVID-19 did not pay all the 100,000 pesos, and then the 50% is to be paid either next month or the next year. So in here, it's silent, so it can be paid depending on the availability of cash of COVID-19. So 100,000 times 50% is 50,000 pesos on account. And to journalize this one, we have here the following journal entries. Debit medical supplies amounting to 100,000 pesos and a credit of cash amounting to 50,000 pesos and a credit accounts payable amounting to 50,000 pesos. Again, we can observe that there is always an indentation on this debit and credit, just to emphasize that the debit is on the left side and the credit is on the right side. With this journal entry, we can make T account. In making the T account, we always draw the T account letter T, and we have on the left side the debit and the right side the credit. So on the upper part of the T account is the account titles. In here, we have here the account titles, medical supplies, cash, and accounts payable, which we base on the journal entry we have on the March transaction. So we have, based on the transaction, medical supplies amounting to 100,000 pesos. Since it's on the debit side, so we record it on the left side, 100,000 pesos. And on the other way, the cash 50,000, which is also a credit, 50,000 pesos, and accounts payable is 50,000 pesos. We can observe from these three account titles, we have two two assets. We have the medical supplies and the cash, and we have one liability, which is the accounts payable. In here, we have an increase of cash of asset amounting to 100,000 pesos in the form of medical supplies, and we have also a decrease in cash in the form we have a decrease in the asset in the form of cash amounting to 50,000 pesos. So at the end, we have a total asset amounting to 50,000 pesos. Where did we get the 50,000 pesos? Not the cash alone, but medical supplies less na amounting to 100,000 pesos less the cash with the credit side, 50,000 pesos. So 100 minus 50,000 pesos is equal to 50,000 pesos. So the total asset is 50,000 pesos. And we have, on the other hand, the credit side, we have the accounts payable, which is a liability. We have it on the right side, which is the credit side, amounting to 50,000. So we can visualize the total assets 50,000 and a total liability 50,000 pesos. So the equation, assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. We have assets 50,000 pesos and a liability 50,000 pesos plus capital which is 0. So assets is equal to liabilities of 50,000 pesos. So with this example, there are a lot of things to remember. You have to identify the titles and the debits and the credits, and you should balance it with the equation assets equal to liabilities plus capital in order to show the equality of its transactions. Are two illustrative examples, the simple examples that we have with the previous PowerPoint. We have to remember that in the double entry bookkeeping system, total assets must always equal total liabilities plus equity or the net worth or capital of a business. So both sides of this equation must always be the same at all times. For example, in our previous examples, assets equal to liabilities plus capital, we have here cash amounting to 1 million, which is the purchase of the laboratory equipment, and 50,000, which is the purchase of the medical supplies. So it's a decrease, so it's a parenthesis because it shows that it's a decrease. So cash is a negative of 1,050,000 pesos, and we have on the other side on the next is the assets, which is the equipment. We have 1 million, which is the purchase of the laboratory equipment, 1 million, and we have also the purchase of medical supplies amounting to 100,000 pesos. So if we total the total assets, we have 1 million minus 1 million. So in the first example, we have 0 assets, so it's cancelled off. And then in the second example, we have 50,000 pesos, so negative 50 plus 100 is 50,000 pesos. So the total assets for the two illustrative example is 50,000 pesos. While on the liabilities portion, we have total of 50,000 pesos, which is on the accounts payable on the purchase of the medical supplies, and we have no increase in the capital because we don't have any investment. So to show the equation assets equal to liabilities plus capital, assets equal to liabilities only because there is no capital. So 50,000 assets and 50,000 liabilities. So again, the equation assets equal to liabilities plus capital is emphasized, and the total equality is always balanced.